All right, man, and we're back. Welcome to another episode for the love of the game. I was MIA for some time. Channel was under construction. I was going to postpone everything, but I figured we can't wait, so we got to keep pushing. So today's video, man, I planned on making a video about this. I planned on doing this, but not under these circumstances. But I planned on, sharing the greatness of Kobe Bryant. As you see, we Kobe themed. Nothing else, because this is a direct message for Max Kellerman. If you've been on Twitter, you've been on Instagram, if you watch Undisputed, watch it all, you've seen what he said, or First Take, I'm sorry, not Undisputed. If you watch First Take, man, you've seen what he said. There's a list that came out, the all-decade team. I should have got the list. I kind of remember it, but basically, Max Kellerman said Kobe should be on all NBA worst team for this decade. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut him a little bit of slack because I could understand that. We're not talking about his career. We're talking about the decade from 2009 to 2019. You can understand why maybe he could be on the third team. But all of us who we know basketball, we understand that Kobe Bryant is not on all decade third team. So I just want to give y'all some numbers, man. 2009, 2010, Kobe Bryant averaged 27 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. The following year, he averaged 25 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. The following year, he averaged 28 points, 4 assists, 5 rebounds. The following year, he averaged 13 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. He only played 6 games. He got hurt again, so he played 6 games. The following year after that, 2014, 2015, he averaged 22 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. 2015, the farewell tour. 2016, he averaged 17 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. Amazing numbers. So like I said, I could understand it, but when we really talk about Kobe, man, we're talking about one of the most skilled players to ever play the game. And I know that this argument is the decade, but I'm just saying, we're talking about one of the most skilled players to ever play the game. We're talking about one of the best scorers to ever play the game. We're talking about one of the most fierce competitors to ever play the game. We're talking about a 5-time champion, an 18-time All-Star, a scoring champion. We are talking about a guy who held the three-point record until guys like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson came along. We're talking about a dunk contest winner. We're talking about a guy who's potentially in the running for greatest player to ever play the game. Everybody got their arguments. Everybody got their person. And we're going to put him all third on the decade team? I remember the list. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the list goes first team is Steph, James Harden, Kawhi, KD, LeBron. It's kind of hard to argue with that for this decade. Second team goes like Chris Paul, Melo, Blake Griffin, Russ, somebody else. Third team goes LaMarcus Aldridge, D. Wade, Kobe, Giannis, Paul George. Complex Sports was getting a lot of heat, but Complex let it out that they did not make that list. So I'm going to get off y'all. I'm on Max Kellerman. Max, I'm disappointed, man. I used to rock with you because your hot takes. You have a lot of hot takes, but they're always, you can argue them. That's why they're hot takes. This one right here, we can't argue, Max. We can't do it. I want to make this video under different circumstances, under happy circumstances, man. Not trying to defend Kobe. I should never have to defend Kobe. Now, I just want to give y'all some stats to compare to, right? I could have compared Kobe with anybody on the third team or anybody on the second team even. But that's not Kobe's standard. Kobe's great. So we're going to compare him to somebody on the first team. Let me tell you the numbers from Kobe this decade. 24 points. This is Kobe versus James Harden. 24 points for Kobe. 24 for James Harden. 5 rebounds for Kobe. 5 rebounds for James Harden. 5 assists for Kobe. 6 assists for James Harden. In this decade, Kobe has 1 championship. James Harden, of course, has no championship. Kobe has a finals MVP. James Harden has a regular MVP. James Harden has a scoring title. Kobe does not have a scoring title. Kobe's a 7-time All-Star. James Harden's a 7-time All-Star. Kobe this decade was 4-time All-NBA. James Harden was 6-time All-NBA. And Kobe has a 3-time All-Defense. And we all know James Harden doesn't have any All-Defense on his resume. So we compare the stats, man. Kobe and James Harden are neck and neck. If you ask me, Kobe gets the edge. He won a championship. That's what the game's about. The game's about winning. Game ain't about no scoring title. It's not about all NBA to all stars. It's about winning a championship. They have identical stats just about. And one guy was placed on the third team. One guy was placed on first. I simply don't know what to say to Complex Sports. And I don't know what to say about Max Kellerman. I just don't get it, man. We're talking about... Now, the list, I'll say, like I mentioned earlier, you can kind of touch on why he could be third team. You got to understand, he stopped playing in 2016. We're in 2019. The list goes on. The last couple years, James Harden has definitely picked up. He's definitely become that guy in the league. So you can understand that, okay, I'll break it down like this. From 2013 and down, the last 3 years, you could cut him some slack. 2013, he played 6 games. 2014, he averaged 22, 5 and 5, but the Lakers didn't make much noise. 2015, that was the farewell season. So I get it if you even want to stop the argument at 2013. I do get it. But don't disrespect Kobe Bryant by putting him on the third team. Hot take right here, put Blake Griffin on the third team, put Melo on the third team, put Chris Paul on the third team, put James Harden on the third team. Everybody on the first team is pretty much solid except James. I could argue James. Steph belongs there, LeBron belongs there, KD belongs there, and Kawhi belongs there. He's won two rings this decade, 2 different franchises. He's just all about his business. He belongs there. But I definitely think there is an argument in Kobe Bryant and James Harden. I really do. And to be quite frank with you guys, that's my whole video. I want to get on here, come directly from Max Kellerman, who said, and I quote, he should be all NBA worst team, said no one ever who's ever watched basketball. So I want to get on here, spit some facts, and just let y'all know, man, I'm back. I went MIA for about a week and a half. Like I said, the channel was under construction. We back up, we rolling. So do me a favor, man. Like I always say, first of all, I'm sorry. Let me not get ahead of myself. Shout out to my friend Davion, man. I'm always saying, give me content to do. Tell me what you want to see. He sent me this link, and he said, do a video about this. Because to be quite frank with you, I wasn't going to do a video. I was going to let Max Kellerman just have his little fame, because who even cares what Max Kellerman's talking about? And I was going to let Complex Sports make this little terrible list, and that was going to be it. I wasn't going to have no beef with it. I tweeted my reaction. That was it. I just said, oh, ain't no way. But he texted me. He said, do a video about this. And on this show, man, we talk about the biggest names and the biggest games. But what we also do is we give the people what they want. And that's all. So if y'all could, man, like I always say, leave a like, subscribe, comment, turn on the notification bell so you always get alerts when I'm dropping. And subscribe to my channel right here. If you missed it, catch the previous video over here. And until next time, man, I'm out.